Hey there, I'm Richard Eisenbeis for GameZone.com and welcome to Big in Japan. Today, we're going to take a look at the strange puzzle horror game from the makers of Persona, Catherine.
Catherine is the story of Vincent, an unmarried 32-year-old happily living an unmarried 32-year-old's life. But when his longtime girlfriend, Catherine with a K, not so subtly hints that she wants to get married, his perfect life is thrown into turmoil. As he wrestles with the life-changing implications of marriage, he meets and subsequently sleeps with Catherine with a C, a girl who is the polar opposite of Catherine with a K. If that weren't enough, each night Vincent enters a nightmare where he must climb to the top of a tower as he's chased by the specters of his real-world fears. And what's worse, it soon becomes apparent that if he dies in the dream, he dies in real life. Gameplay is split into two parts, In Dream and the real world. In Dream, Vincent faces 29 block climbing stages spread across 9 levels. To get to the top, these puzzles require Vincent to move the wall of blocks into climbable stairs as the stage collapses row by row below him. On the last stage of each level, a boss pursues Vincent as he climbs, often directly attacking Vincent or changing the very nature of the blocks around him. To those not used to action puzzlers, Catherine is hard. Hard, hard, hard. Fortunately, on the easy difficulty, the game allows you to undo your last move by pressing the select button. While this by no means takes the crushing challenge out of the game, it does at least make it possible for normal gamers. Climbing the tower demands quick movement and even quicker thinking, but Catherine's controls fail to deliver the necessary precision. Normal movement, climbing, and grabbing works well enough, but the shimmying controls are downright terrible. When hanging, up always pulls you onto the top of the cube, which is fine, but the left and right continuously invert based on which way you're facing and what side of the cube you're on. Not to mention that while some stages require you to shimmy along the back side of the wall, the camera refuses to show you all 360 degrees. In between each stage is a safe zone where you can save your game, buy power-ups like extra blocks or the temporary ability to climb 2 blocks at a time, and talk to other dreamers who appear as sheep, also climbing the tower. From the sheep, you not only learn how they're dealing with the dream world, but some will also share vital information with you on how to climb the next section. When you are ready to continue on to the next stage, you enter a confessional where a kind voice asks you a question like, is marriage the beginning of life or the end? There is no right or wrong answer, but what you choose will affect your morality gauge. In an interesting addition, you are then shown a graph of what all the other players on PSN or Xbox Live chose. In the waking world, Vincent's actions are confined to the bar Stray Sheep, and while there he talks. And talks. And talks some more. But only when he's not talking. Oh, don't get me wrong, there are other things to do. Drink, write emails to the Catherines, wash your face, hide on the pot and look at racy pictures of Catherine with a C on your cell phone. But most of the time, talking. Of course, based on your choices in conversation and email, you affect the morality gauge, which in turn affects Vincent's internal monologue and external dialogue. But that's just more talking. However, there's at least one legitimate aspect of gameplay in the bar. The game within the game, Rapunzel. It controls exactly like the main game, though instead of a time limit, there's now a limit on how many blocks you can move in order to reach the top. It's fun, and there are 128 of these puzzles playable, though they do not affect the normal game in any way. And while not in the main story, more gameplay can be found in unlockable challenge rooms that can be done single player or by local co-op, as well as some local versus levels as well. But the main selling point of Catherine isn't the gameplay. It's the presentation. Both in-game and fully animated cutscenes look great, and the Japanese voice cast is downright stellar, as one would expect from a game with such staggering amounts of talking. But mind-blowingly, there is no theater mode to showcase it.
In the end, Catherine takes around 15 hours to complete, with only about a third of that, 5 hours, spent on the actual gameplay. So your enjoyment of this game will largely come from how much you enjoy the plot and the presentation. And since I have no knowledge on the quality of the English dub, I'm hesitant to recommend Catherine for purchase. However, as it is a relatively short game, and unlike any other game on the market today, I do think it is at least worth a rental when it hits the West this July. Anyway, I'm Richard Eisenbeis for GameZone.com. Peace out.